Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Okay, shall I start now?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, start now. Okay, again. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience now. Due to some network issue, I'm unable to start the at exact time. Okay, so we start now. Again, we're continuing the second part of the model number 1, that is measurement of a horizontal distance. Okay, so here in the today's class, we have to discuss about the what are the obstacles in tape or chain surveying. Okay, obstacle means it is disturbance for the measurement of a distances between the 2 points. Okay, in this case, there are three main cases are there. That is, first one is obstacles to ranging. Obstacle to ranging means what? We cannot see from the this side to for here. This is the diagram. Okay, this is our chain line. So here in between the chain line at some area, it is covering for the covering of the trees or forest area. But our chain line is like this. So due to some obstruction due to forest area, the whatever the point on either side of this point, it is not visible. That is called as a obstacle to ranging. Okay. Or one more example for the obstacle to ranging. Here also same. This is one of the example of the pond. So on either side of this, it is not possible to measure the distances. Okay. Similarly, obstacles to chaining. Here, chaining is not possible, but we can make the ranging from one side to the another side. One more obstacle, a third type, that is obstacle to both chaining and ranging. Here, the obstacle is due to some buildings. Okay. Here, along the same chain line, it is not possible to use the chain as well as we cannot see from the one point or the underside of this obstacle. Okay, this is the third type of the obstacle from in the chaining or taping. Okay, first start with the obstacle to range, but not chaining. Means obstacle only it is for the ranging. Means you cannot see from the one ranging it from the one side to the another sides, but we can use the chain. Okay, so in this case, that is two cases are there. First case is that is both ends of the line may be visible from intermediate points on the line. Means in the previous class, in yesterday class, we have discussed that obstacle due to hilly. Okay, the whatever the methods you are using, that is called as this is case 1. So you can use the procedure for this conducting of this one is reciprocal ranging. Okay, yesterday I have explained that what is the procedure for the conducting of the or measurement of a distance between the 2 points. Okay, one more it is there. Second case, here the both ends of the line may not be visible from a intermediate points on the line. Okay, I will show the picture here. Just observe here. In the first case, if your one of the point is on this side and one more point is this side, if you consider the any points here, one point here and one more point is here, you can easily see from this point to these 2 points, and similarly this ranging out point to these 2 points. That is case 1. The procedure you can refer that reciprocal ranging. But here the problem is it is not visible from the intermediate point. Suppose you are considering the one point is here, the one more point is here. You cannot see from this point to these 2 ranging rods. You can see this ranging rod, but you cannot see from the this A point ranging rod from the, suppose there is a one more point is here. Similarly, same on this side. Suppose this is the point, one more ranging rod is here. You cannot see from the this ranging rod point to the this ranging rod. In that condition, we are using the this method. So the procedure of this conducting into this second case is, so just assume that this is the elevation of the problem and this is the plan of the this picture. Okay, so this is our survey line. Here we can only get the points A and B. Okay, so here you have to draw a one random line nearer to the this AB line like this, maybe this side or maybe this side, maybe right side or left side. You have to draw a this random line along the right side or left side of the this AB line. Then you have to select the B1 point. For selecting this B1 point, you have to observe two conditions. One is the from the B1 point, you can easily see the B point. Okay, what is the condition for selecting up the B1 point? First point, it is you can easily see the B1 point to the B point. That is second case, second condition. The whatever the B1 point is there, you have to draw a one line. This line will be perpendicular to the this random line. Okay, if you are selecting this point, if you draw this B1 point to join the B1 point to B point, the whatever the line is there, it is perpendicular to this random line. Clear? Then you have to measure the distance of B1. Similarly, you have to select the along the random line, that is C1 point and D1 point. Then you have to erect a again perpendicular lines. These lines will be touches the some distances along the C and D point. Then again you have to measure the distance of C1, D1. Okay, you can easily measure the distance from the D1, C1. By using a similar triangle for conditions, we have to use this formula. We will get the what is the distance of C1. Similarly, again by using a similar triangle conditions, we have to get the distance of D1. Okay, before that start of the class, sorry, before that I told that you have to measure the distance of C1 and D1 for the verification of the whatever the distance we are getting by these two formulas. Okay, this is the first obstacle due to ranging but not chaining. Then second one, that is obstacle to chaining but not ranging. So here there are two cases are there. One is when it is possible to chain round the obstacle. That is example is pond or hedge. So this is the example of one. Here this is our pond. This is the boundary of the pond. This is our chain line is going line from A point to the B point. Here it is not possible to use the chain here, but you can use the chain along the surrounding of the chain. Okay, because of it is there is no pond is here, you can use the chain here. Okay, this is the first case. Okay, then second case, what it is here, it is not possible to chain around the obstacle. Okay, the example of this one is it is river. So just observe here. Okay, this is our chain line. Maybe this side it is A point to the B point. The obstacle is river. Just imagine that the river is flowing like this. It is not possible to use the chain also here. Okay, so this is the second case. Now you have to discuss about the what are the different methods for the measuring the distance of A and B point when the problem is due to pond or hedge. Okay, start with the first method in the case one. Method one. So this is our pond. Okay, this is our pond. Our chain line is like going like this. Here you have to select the 2 points on either side of the pond, this A and B. Now we have to, it is unable to measure the distance of A and B by using a chain or tape. Okay. Now for measurement of this one, what is the first procedure of this first method? That is, you have to erect a perpendicular like this. Okay. At the point of A, you have to erect a one perpendicular line at a convenient length. Similarly, one more perpendicular line you have to erect at B point. Again, the whatever the length is considered this line, it will be same also here. Okay. Then you have to fix these 2 points, that is C point, that is D point. After finding out this C and D point, just join with a one line. Then you have to measure the distance of C to D. Okay, we have to measure the distance of C to D. That C to D distance will be exactly equal to the distance of A to B. So you can write directly CD is equal to AB. Okay, this is the first method. Coming to the second method. Again, same. I am considering the pond is the obstacle. Again, it is our chain line. Then again, there are 2 points on either side of the A and B of the pond side. Okay. Now here we have to erect a again perpendicular line at point. Okay. Then after that you have to fix the one point here. Then you have to take the point name is C. Okay. Then you have to join this C point to the B point. Okay. You have to join the C point to the B point. Later you have to measure the distance of A to C, then B to C. Okay. Then by using a Pythagoras relations. Okay. This is 90 degree. So you can directly use the Pythagoras theorem. Here the distance is unknown is AB. We know the distance of AC and we know the distance of BC. By using this formula, we will get the distance of A and B. Okay. This is the second method. Coming to the third method. Here again I am considering the obstacle is pond. Again our chain is going like this. Again we have to consider the 2 points on either side of the obstacle. Okay, A and B point. Now you have to select any random line like this on either side of the pond. Then you have to fix the one point. That point is, you can take it as a C point. Then to draw one perpendicular line here. At the point of C, you have to draw one perpendicular line to join the B point. So for selecting of this C point, you have kept, remember that one, the whatever the line you are considering, at that point, the whatever the line is there, you have to draw the C to B point. It should be equal to 90 degree. Okay. So that's why for erecting of this one, just initially you have to draw one random line like this. Then you have to use the cross top. Okay. By using a cross top, you have to keep your cross top along this line. Then you will get the perpendicular to this line. Okay. So this angle will be, it is equal to 90 degree. Then the whatever the line you are considering here, it is just away from our obstacle. It will not cross our pond, because of, again, it is difficult for the measurement of a distance from the B to C here. So later you have to measure the distance of AC and BC. Then by using again same Pythagoras theorem, you can get the a to distance of A to B. Okay. Fourth method, again obstacle is same, that is pond, or maybe you can consider the small reeds heads. Okay, this is small undulation sound is there. So in that condition, again you have to consider the 2 points either side of the obstacle, that is A and B. Then you have to select the 1 point on either side of the obstacle. So here I am selecting the 1 point. I am joining the from this A point to the this point. Now similarly you have to join the B point to the this point. Now you can take the this point as a, that is E. Okay, what is the first step? You have to select the 1 point on either side of the pond. So then join the this point from the A point to the B point. This point is E. Later you have to measure the distance of A to E, similarly B to E. Then again you have to extend this line A to E by using a ranging rod like this. Then you have to mark the along this line, you have to mark the 1 more point. This point will be marked equal to the distance of A to E. Okay, the whatever distance of A to E is equal to E to D. Then you have to mark the D point. Similarly, again you have to extend the B to E line like this. Same, you have to mark the next point. This point, the distance of these 2 points will be again equal to the B to E. Then later you have to join the C to D point. Now approximately you are whatever the AB triangle is here, it is replicated to the on either side. Now you have to measure the distance of C to D. So the whatever distance of C to D is there, it is equal to the A to B. Okay, it is very simple. Okay, just replicating the with respect to triangle. Coming to the fifth method and last method for the first case, again same, the obstacle is pond. This is our thing. Again you have to select the 2 points on the either side. Now you have to select 2 points, okay, on either side of the our pond. So here I am selecting the 1 point here on the side of the A, that is 1 point, 1 more point on the this side. Okay, the whatever these 2 points will be there, it is in the same straight line. Okay, first you already it is point is there on the chain line. Select the C point, hold a ranging rod, 1 here, 1 more here, then 1 more ranging rod come here along the this straight line. After that you have to join the C point to the B point, similarly D point to the B point. Okay, then you have to measure the distance of A to D, A to C, and B to C, and D to B. Okay, measure the all the sides of the this triangle. Then just assume that the angle BCD, here I am considering the angle at the point of C here. You can consider D also, but in this solving up to this condition, I am considering the angle C here. That is angle BCD is equal to theta. Okay, the whatever the angle of C is equal to theta. Now from triangle BCD, considering the whole triangle, I am applying the cosine rule. Okay, for writing up the cosine rule, what is the formula? It is, if you have considered the angle here, the what is the opposite side, that is BD square. So BD square is equal to the remaining 2 sides are there is in this triangle, that is BC square plus CD square minus 2BC into CD into cos of theta. Okay, now I am simplifying this formula. that is equal to cos theta is equal to BC square plus CD square minus BD square divided by 2B to CD. That taking these two terms to this side, okay, then taking this term to the denominator, okay. By simplifying this one, okay, you will get the cos theta is equal to this formula. This is the equation number 1. Now, one more triangle I am considering here, that is triangle BCA. Whatever the angle you have with respect to triangle only you have to consider here. Again, I am applying the cosine rule for this one. Now I am writing the same cosine rule with respect to cos theta is equal to. Okay, we will get the cos theta is equal to BC square plus AC square minus C square divided by 2BC and AC. Same cosine rule I am directing the in terms of cos theta is equal to. Okay. Then I am taking this equation equal to equation number 2. Now, equating these two equations, okay, cos theta get cancelled. So the theta value will be both are same because of consider the only one angle, that is angle C. So equating these two equation, by simplifying this one, we'll get the distance of AB is equal to this formula. Okay, by using this formula, we'll get the distance of A and B. Okay, this is the case when I am considering the angle theta at the point of C. Consider the theta is here, then whatever the AB formula will be, small changes are there. Okay, remember that one. It is whatever the formula is, it is depending upon the theta is considered in at the point of C. Okay, don't remember that one. Just understand the concept for the applying with respect to cosine rule for the whole triangle and with respect to smaller triangle with respect to consider the angular point. Okay. Then second case, that is when it is not possible to chain round the obstacle. Okay, the example is river. Okay, in this also there are 4 methods are there. We'll discuss in by one. Okay, so same method 1, the obstacle is river. Our chain line is going like this. Okay, we have to consider the 2 points on either side of the river. Okay, that is 1 point. One more point is here. Similarly, one more point I have to consider the one of the sides of these 2 sides. Okay, so just I am taking this one point is A, this one point is B. We have to find out what is the distance of A and B. By solving up this problem, I am considering the one more point, that is this point. That point is I am taking that is C point. Okay. Next step, we have to erect a perpendicular lines at the point of A and one more point at the point of C here, like this. Okay. So after that, you have to fix the one point here. Okay. Then one more point is here. The fixing of these 2 points, you have to fix with respect to along the straight line, like this. Whatever the ranging rod on the point B and this point D and the E point, these are in the same straight line. For this one, first you have to fix this D point, then you have to hold the ranging rod, one is here, more is here. Then you have to direct one of the person is here, then the one more person with the ranging rod, he has to move along this line until that this ranging rod along B ranging rod and D ranging along the same straight line. Then you have to fix your next point, that is E. Okay. Then later you have to draw one perpendicular line at the point of D towards the CE. Okay. Next step is draw the perpendicular line at the point of D towards the CE line. That point is called as that is F. Now, just observe here the triangle ABD that is equal to FDE. Okay, these are the similar triangles. Okay, by using a similar triangles conditions, okay, that is ABD and FDE. So we can write AB divided by AD, similarly FD divided by FE or DF divided by FE. Okay, but FE is what? The distance of FE. How much it is? It is CE minus of CF. Okay, it is distance of CE minus of CF. For here, CF instead of we can write the distance of A to D. Okay, so we'll get the FE is equal to nothing but CE minus of AD. Then similarly, the DF distance, it is approximately equal to AC. So we can write DF instead of AC. Okay. Now put up the out respect to values like this. Then we'll get this formula. Simplify this one. We'll get the AB is equal to, because we have to find out the distance of A point to the B point. Takes this AD term to this side. Then we'll get the final formula, that is AB is equal to AC into AD divided by CE minus of AD. Okay. This is the first method for the obstacle due to river. Second method, again obstacle is river. This is also very simple method. Okay. Okay, shall I stop now? Three more methods are there. Due to shortage of time, so you have to prepare the next class. So that's why I will stop now only. I will continue in the next class. Okay. Okay, I will upload the with respect to PPT. Then you have to go through that one. Very simple methods are there. You have to practice, and in the same whatever the methods discussing, same application you have to apply the problems. Okay, so that's why you have to remember the procedure, means conducting up the procedure only. Don't remember the formulas. Okay, thank you all. If you have any doubts, you can contact me.